United Nations resume aid operations in BORNO. Nigerian youth group wins United Nations SDG awards. Yoruba Council of Elders leader passes on. Nollywood film on Nigeria's Ebola experience screened in Hollywood. Welcome to the news hour at this time on television Nigerian. I am Anthony Momodu. The United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs has announced the resumption of humanitarian operations in Ran town in BORNO. The United Nations Relief Wing said the resumption of aid operations in the community follows several security assessments by the United Nations and non-governmental organizations. The UN had on March 2nd suspended aid operations and withdrew its workers from Ran after a March 1st attack by suspected Boko Haram terrorists who killed 8 persons, including 3 aid workers, and abducted a nurse. A Nigerian anti-corruption youth group, the Creative Youth Initiative Against Corruption, has emerged the winner of the innovative category of the first United Nations Sustainable Development Goals Action Awards. The project director of the group, Ms. Fuluke Michael, in a statement said the innovative category top awards was presented to the group in Bonn, Germany. She stated that the campaign by the group, which led to the awards, demonstrated the extraordinary momentum towards achieving the SDGs in different parts of the world. A statement by the Global Director of the United Nations SDG Action Campaign, Michelle Tumney, disclosed that over 700 nominations from 125 countries in 7 continents were submitted, while an expert judging panel evaluated the submissions against the degree to which their actions were deemed to be transformative, inclusive, and impactful. On a sad note, the death has been announced of a prominent Nigerian jurist, bencher, and former president of the Nigerian Bar Association, Chief Ido Shofola. The elderly jurist died on Friday night in Lagos at the age of 84, and until his death, was the president of the Yoruba Council of Elders. The Secretary General of the Council, Dr. Kunle Olajide, has confirmed his death. He was the first black to be appointed the Secretary of the International Bar Association and was a prominent member of the Ikene Social Circle and the Obara ruling house for the Alakeni royalty. After the break, Nollywood film on Nigeria's Ebola experience screened in Hollywood. Thanks for staying tuned. A film on Nigeria's resilience during the Ebola virus outbreak in the country was on Friday night screened at the Hollywood, Los Angeles in a collaboration event tagged Nollywood in Hollywood. The screening of the film, 93 Days, which held at the world-famous Egyptian Theatre for Hollywood in Hollywood with a red carpet, was also the inaugural Nollywood in Hollywood event. The film is a compelling drama of dedication, sacrifice, resilience, and survival based on the true story of the people who risked their lives to prevent a catastrophic virus outbreak in Nigeria. Starring Bimbo Akintola, Sam Kelly Idalama, and Danny Glover, the film took the audience through the unfortunate memory lane when a Liberian-American, Patrick Sawyer, who had the disease, flew from Liberia to Lagos and collapsed upon arrival at the airport, after which he was diagnosed with the Ebola virus. The film explained that over that 93-day period, men and women from Nigeria, the World Health Organization, and Doctors Without Borders raced against time to contain the deadly disease, as lives were lost and heroes were born. In sports, a 61st minute penalty converted by Chelsea's sensation Victor Moses was all that the Super Eagles needed to start the journey to the finals of the 2018 FIFA World Cup on a promising note.
See it again. Bartosz Wielkowski. And the Chelsea man comes out on top.
At the much-awaited international friendly with Poland on Friday, efforts of the Polish superstar Robert Lewandowski were effectively contained by the Nigerian solid defenders, who ensured that he scored no goal in the match before he was later substituted. Poland mounted pressure on the Nigerian defense, but the brilliancy of the defenders and keeper ensured that the Eagles emerged victorious. Sports administrators in the country have been urged to engage the services of veteran coaches for the progress of athletics in the country. Tobias Igwe, a renowned athletics coach who discovered the likes of Mary Onyale Omagbebi and others, made the assertion recently in Lagos, stating that coaches who had previously produced world-class athletes for the country in the past still has much to offer and should be actively engaged by the sports ministry. While regretting that the country no longer produces world-class track and field athletes the way they used to do in the past because of the absence of dedicated grassroots coaches, he also urged the government to accord athletics the same level of recognition given to football to foster a sense of belonging for all the nation's athletes. And on the foreign scene, a Thai government official has advised women not to appear too sexy to avoid being groped during the traditional New Year festival in April. Sutipong Kucharon, director of the Department of Local Administration, gave the advice after women rights groups earlier this week demanded that government provided better protection for women during the annual festival. Celebrated each April in Thailand and other parts of the Southeast Asia, Songkran, or the Water Festival, is a festival that marks the beginning of the traditional New Year. Participants splash water on each other using balls, tanks, horses, or water guns, and each year many women in Thailand participating in the celebration have reported being groped or sexually harassed during the festival. And in Uganda, 5 people were on Friday charged in the country's capital, Kampala, over the death of a Finnish arms dealer earlier in February. The 5 suspects, including a senior military intelligence officer, appeared before Bunganda Chief Magistrate Court for allegedly causing the death of Thomas Tarasvori, a salesman of Finland's state-owned arms firm, Patria, who was found dead in his hotel room in Kampala on February 6th. Chief Magistrate James Mawanda read the accused 4 counts of manslaughter, forgery, trafficking in drugs, and conspiracy to commit a felony. The prosecutions alleged that the 5 connived to kill Transvori by administering him with narcotics drugs at the Pearl of Africa Hotel. The accused have denied the charges. However, they would return to court on the 5th of April for a mention of their cases. To end the news, a recap of the major stories. United Nations resume aid operations in BORNO. Nigeria Youth Group wins United Nations SDG Awards. Yoruba Council of Elders leader passes on. Nollywood film on Nigeria's Ebola experience screened in Hollywood. That's the news on television Nigerian, and I leave you with this thought. Be the change that you seek. because the man in the mirror is you. Thank you for staying tuned. I am Anthony Momodu.